I know these pocket-sized cameras are very, very popular, and that's great. I like them a lot. They're pocketable. You can take them anywhere, and it's not a big deal, and you take pictures, and usually the pictures turn out very nice. However, sometimes you've probably noticed that the pictures come out very yellow or very green, or the color just isn't right. Basically, what's happening is the camera by default is set to auto ISO, auto flash, and auto white balance. And the auto white balance is what causes the problems. I don't mind if you use auto flash, auto ISO, anything, make it as easy as possible, but the auto white balance is something that you really want to try and avoid using, and that's because in indoor situations, you're going to end up with those very yellow cast images. So the way to remedy that is change the auto mode. Right now I'm using a Canon, so my auto mode is here in this case, and I need to change that to a slightly more manual mode. And don't worry, manual doesn't mean I have to choose the aperture and the shutter or anything like that. Everything is still automated except for things like flash, ISO, and white balance. It gives me other options, but I don't care about those other options. I want to leave everything automatic. I'll press function to escape the function menu, and I want to make sure that my flash is set to automatic, so I'll press the flash button until I get to automatic. You don't have to worry about the flash anymore. Press ISO and go to auto ISO. Okay, I don't have to worry about the ISO anymore. In the white balance, in order to change this, what I want to do is press the function button, or with your camera, any way that is required to access the white balance, and go down. Right now you can see that my white balance is set to daylight. What white balance does is it compensates for the color cast from the light source. What does that mean? Well, right now you can see my picture. These aren't the right colors. Everything looks a little bit yellowish. It's not quite right. If I go over to cloudy, things kind of warm up a little bit. It added a few reds in there. If I go to tungsten, everything is very, very blue. And if I go to fluorescent, now everything looks a lot more natural. My background is actually white. Mr. Potato Head looks good. His little friend, the stuffed dog, looks just fine. And that's because I'm using fluorescent lighting. So this allows the camera to adjust its color to the light source that is being used. If I'm outdoors, go ahead and use daylight. Cloudy will warm up the image a little bit, and tungsten is great for indoors. This will eliminate any of that yellowish cast that you may have been getting when you're using auto white balance. And fluorescent, again, if you're using fluorescent lighting. So those are the main options. Don't have to worry about custom and high fluorescent, but these are really the four that you should usually use for your lighting. These will work in just about any situation. To find out much more about digital photography and your digital camera, go to lbguides.com.